to the sound of the boom bap. Going ape shit, going ape shit, going ape shit.
What up, everybody? Juggalos from Faygoluvers, chilling here at the compound. My homie, Mr. Gray, here in Tucson, Arizona, from Warpath to the Gathering and back. You guys were a little late getting to the gathering, a couple car issues, whatever. When you got out there, how was the reception, man?
Well, as usual, the gathering, when you get there, it's pretty much a family get-together. Everybody loves everybody. You're getting hit in the head with beer cans, but I think that is some way of showing your love.
Definitely,
the Juggalo family. So I appreciate those beer cans that were thrown on my head. Juggalos, much love for that. I got Fago shot on me. I got rained on. I saw bare knuckle fist fights being bet on by the Cottonmouth Kings. Saw
Nice.
some debaucherous acts done at a wet t-shirt contest with Fago bottles and women's special areas. But the gathering is an amazing experience. If you have not gone to one, you need to go to one. I fell in love with it last year when I went to my first one with Kung Fu Vampire, and I'm addicted pretty much like everybody else who goes out there. And to get to play it was just an honor, you know what I mean?
Nice, for sure. Now, this is your last stop on this tour back, and then you're going to go home for a little while. After that, you're going out on tour with Twisted and Kung Fu.
I am.
How long a tour is that going to be, and you're going everywhere?
That's going to be 2 months, and it's going to be hitting Canada and basically the U.S. I haven't looked at the exact dates, but they are online, and we're hitting pretty much every city in Canada and in the United States. So it should be a great experience.
For sure.
Huge crowds. I mean, going out with those guys is going to be an amazing experience for sure. So.
How's the reception been for you guys? I mean, you're not technically a Juggalo act, but your tour with Kung Fu kind of got you in the family. And
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the great thing about Juggalos is, despite what anybody thinks, any misconceptions about them, they have great taste in music. I'll go out there, they're bumping Vinnie Paz and all the same stuff that I'm bumping in my car and in my stereo. And the reception for me and what I'm doing has been amazing. They show me so much love. They're buying the merch, they're bumping my CDs, they're spreading the word. Out of everything, they will be the first people to tell their homies about you if they like you. And then the next show you come to play in that town, they got twice as many people. They're showing mad love. They're singing the songs. I mean, I love Juggalos to death. I have been listening to ICP for a long time. Never been one to just be like, I'm a Juggalo, rocking the Hatchet Man or anything, but I got mad love for them. I get good reception from them and from different other groups, backpackers, the hip hop heads, even the hood homies like my stuff too, because I try to keep it hard and raw and just give you real life music and what people go through in their life. I don't necessarily write a song saying I'm going to do that, but I write stuff that I know everybody has felt before in their life, and that's pretty much what Mr. Gray is about. Is spin what's real, and I will never make up a story unless it's a story that obviously is made up about aliens coming down and giving everybody anal probes or something like that. But that's on the next album,
right?
But I try to just rap about stuff that has happened to me, that has happened to people that I know, and it's just life experiences that 99% of people have gone through: love, war, hate, pain, just real life stuff. That's what Mr. Gray is about.
Now, I know there's been some promoters, tour promoters, bookers, things like that we've both interacted with at the same time.
Yes.
You put one on blast on your latest album.
You gotta call them out when they need to be called out, is all I'm saying. And I'm never one to diss anybody, but if you burn me, especially for money, I'm gonna diss the fucking shit out of you.
And I can say it was one of the better diss tracks I've seen recently. So if you haven't checked it out, it's called Like a Bitch. Great song.
We won't even name the man.
Won't even say who it is on the
because
interview.
he's such a bitch. But
It's in the song.
let's just say that he changed his record label name after that song dropped. So I think my job
I
was
wondered
done.
where they went.
Yeah, no, there's another new name. I wish I knew it just to warn the young MCs out there, but you guys...
Listen to the song. His name's on there.
Yeah, anybody who is trying to get out there, trying to tour, just make sure you do your homework. Make sure you know what you're putting your money into, because you don't want to get burnt. And I'm just trying to, again, spread real life
Definitely.
that I've experienced, so you guys don't get burned. And listen to it though, Like a Bitch. I guarantee you're gonna like it. It's a great story. And fuck that guy.
Now, prior to hopping into the hip hop world, your background was in rock and metal, correct?
Yes, I was in various bands for quite a while. I played guitar, played drums, played bass in different bands. Excuse me. And sang for like a party ethnic metal band, which was pretty fun.
Nice.
So that's kind of where I get a lot of my inspiration, and I write songs not necessarily trying to be a certain genre or whatever. I just take all my influence from my resume, my musical resume, and that all influences what I do. So I write a song to write a good song. I don't go out there trying to be a certain style of hip hop. You know, I'm not trying to sound like my favorite rapper. I just want to sound like Mr. Gray as a rapper, the guy who has been influenced by years of playing in bands, metal bands, punk bands, you know, which I think helps me stand out a little bit more. I have a good musical background, so I try to write stuff that actually has dynamics, ups and downs, bridges, you know, stuff that not every single hip-hop song or hip-hop act is doing out there. You know, I sing most of my choruses with my main dude, Clockwork. We are the damn Dirty Apes. And that's what I feel sets us apart, because a lot of rappers, I mean, you may have like a killer flow, but you can't sing a hook for the life of you. You got to get somebody else to do it. You know, I'm kind of all inclusive where we can do everything. I do like to get other people on the tracks, but if I can do it, I'm going to do it. Because I think I can sing good. You tell me if I can sing good. I think I sing good.
Now,
I'm my biggest fan, just so you know. Forget this guy, but I'm just saying.
Remain Raw. On it's got Mad Insanity on it as a label back in the album.
Yep.
I've been asked questions. I have to ask you the questions.
Ask away.
You're not officially signed to Mad Insanity, I take it?
Well, the thing with Mad Insanity, I mean, it's...
Or how did that connection
Well,
happen?
me and
on
Kung
this
Fu
album?
Vampire have known each other for a long time, actually via the music scene that I was involved in with my band, you know, years ago, where he was actually just coming out. Like, before Kung Fu Vampire was Kung Fu Vampire, he was in a group called LSP, and I played shows with him years ago, right when he was starting out. He used to come out in a coffin, he used to do backflips on stage. Like, he doesn't do the backflips anymore, but if you guys haven't seen that, that was some pretty dope shit. So we were associates for quite a while, and like, it was fate, I suppose. But I just ran into him at a local car show in my town. He's like, "Hey, what you doing, bro? Yeah, I remember you from the band, Bluey Blue." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm rapping." He's like, "Oh, another rapper." Just like I say now, too. And, you know, we just connected, and really we were associates before, and we've just become really good friends. That's my main dude. You know, I have to thank him from the bottom of my heart, because he's done a lot for me. He's put me on tour, stuff, opportunities that I never would have gotten without reconnecting with him, but he does appreciate me and knows that I have his back, and I'm also a good, down-to-earth family man, just like he is, and, you know, he respects that just as much as I respect him. So, you know, Remain Raw came out, and him and Mars both called me and said, "Yo, throw Mad Insanity on there if you want to." There's never really a contract signing or anything. Kung Fu just told me it's like a club, bro. You know, like, if you're in the club, you're in the club, you're part of the group. You know, and we all push our own ways. You know, it's not like everybody's independent on the label. It's not like we got money backing us and all this stuff, so it's all coming from our hard work. So we put the stamp on there, Mad Insanity. Technically, you could say I'm signed
For this album.
For this album, but it really doesn't mean anything that differently than it was before. I'm still pushing my own stuff, and that's why Kung Fu appreciates me and does things for me, because he knows even if he's not out there helping me, even though he does a lot, I'm going to be doing it myself, and I'm pushing just as hard, if not harder, than anybody else in here, because I know that if you don't live this, you're never going to make anything out of it. You know, if you're not writing songs every single day, if you're not promoting, if you're not doing the Facebook thing,
Investing
you know,
money and time and effort.
and I've invested a lot of money in this. I've made 99.9% of it back, and I'm making a little bit of money, but, you know, it's still a struggle, it's still a grind, it's still a hustle, but it's one that I love, and this is something I really want to do. After being in bands for years, I'm done being in bands. It's like having 4 girlfriends and none of them love you ever. They're never happy. They want this, they want you to clean and cook, and I'm like, I'm in your fucking band, dude. I ain't doing your laundry, bitch.
Alright, so you've been on the road. You said, oh, now you're at the point where you're like, oh, another rapper. Who stands out from that pack? Who have you ran into on the road, had open up your show on this tour especially, that stood out, and somebody that you can see on the come up and doing a lot of positive things?
I mean, honestly, one of the guys that I love the most is Justin St. Native, who was on the tour with me, just because he's such an individual and different
Very unique
thing. You know, I saw him up in Washington on the Love Bites tour, and the first thing I said, was like, I fucking love this guy,
Right.
because he's doing the American, you know, the Native Indian thing, and he has that deep voice too, and I'm like, yeah, another deep voice motherfucker out here doing his thing. You know, I just love a good voice. You know, there's a lot of just those kind of average, everyday voices that a lot of people have, which, you know, I'm glad you guys are grinding and stuff, but when there's an actual voice that sets you apart,
Right.
you know, that's how you can become a cartoon character. I know it's probably a bad term, but you know, when your voice, like you hear that voice and you're like, that's Justin
who it
Sane.
is, right.
You hear my voice, that's Mr. Gray. You know, you hear my boy Clockwork. Nobody else doesn't like him. He's a wild motherfucker, and he's going crazy up there. And then he comes off stage and says, "Hey, how you guys? I'm a nice guy." They're like, "I can't believe you acted like that. I'm on stage and then you act like this." And he's like, "Am I supposed to act like a crazy lunatic crackhead off stage too?"
Right.
But yeah, I mean, Justin Sane. I mean, that's why I did this with him. And you know, I respect the man, and we have such a mutual respect and love for each other. And that's why I wanted to do this with him. You know, other people to name, just like Wild Card. Dude kills it. Firing Squad, killing it. What do you think? I mean, there's a lot of people that I like and, you know, respect and appreciate. I mean, I don't know, you know, who's so independent. Right. I mean, I love the Joker. I know that's probably controversial. That's my dude right there. You know, even the bigger guys that are still grinding, you know, I mean, Slane and Madchild. I mean, Madchild's blowing up. I mean, you know, I mean, those are guys I like. You know, I'm into Vinny Paz and Ill Bill and all that stuff, but I love somebody that writes good songs. So if you write good songs and impress me, then you're good in my book.
Good to go. So what, album-wise, Remain Raw's in the books. What's your back, you know, what's on next? I mean, you got another album coming out next year.
How much time do we got?
We got time.
I got a lot of stuff going on, actually. The Damn Dirty Apes, which is my group project with my partner in crime, Clockwork. He rocks every set with me. Is amazing. One of the best albums I've actually been a part of, and we're really proud of that, and I can't wait for you guys to hear that. I'm doing another project with like 6 other MCs across the nation called Devastator, which is cool. We got somebody from Texas, Pennsylvania, you know, all over the nation, which is really cool. It's like a little short EP, but the music is really dope. Beats are dope. I remixed most of the songs too, so you get a regular version and then a remix version. Are we good? Am I good? I actually wrote a cartoon that I'm going to be trying to push to Adult Swim.
All right.
And that's my other group project with my dude Joe Cutter, who's a battle rapper. You need to check him out. This motherfucker kills shit. The group is called For Fuck's Sake. And this is exclusive. It's not fully copywritten. It should be when I get back, but it's called Snog Island. And it is probably one of the most depraved, debaucherous adventures you will ever go on. Kung Fu Vampire is the main antagonist in it. So he's going to play a part. I got all my homies, all my crew. I was in a punk band called Sad Boy Sinister. The singer of Sad Boy Sinister is actually Dick Nunchuck Norris. He's the main character, and he's a badass motherfucker. You don't want to fuck with Dick Nunchuck Norris. He'll fuck you up in the forest. Wow. I'm just saying. Snog Island, keep an eye out for that. We're going to be pushing that as soon as we get that up to speed. I got scripts coming back right now. We're going to start animating. So that's going to be an amazing experience. I'm telling you, it's so depraved. I love it to death. And then I actually have my next album, which is called Vicious Vendetta, another exclusive. And that's pretty much 80% done. I got 2 tracks with Madchild, 2 tracks with Slane. I got Kung Fu Vampire on there. I got Immortal Techniques Homie Diabolic on there. Joker's going to be on there. I got a Hobson track on there. So that's, and the cool thing is, I feel like Lost Soul, people here Remain Raw, and they're like, it's so different from Lost Soul.
Definitely,
and I'm like, well, then I did my job properly, because I want to write a different album every time. It still is Mr. Gray, but there are many different sides to Mr. Gray. Vicious Vendetta is hard again. It's really dark, but then I have some really nice, uplifting hip-hop stuff. So it's definitely more real, just hard hip-hop. Remain Raw was a little more eclectic, more musical. Some people are saying it's more rock feel than Lost Soul. Lost Soul is really dark and gritty and just kind of a slow grind through it. But, you know, I want to write different music. I want to do a metal album. I want to do a blues album. Me and Clockwork are going to do an a cappella acoustic album. I mean, we're going to do, I want to show everybody what I can do. You know, I mean, you guys hear me rapping, but I play guitar. I've been a seasoned musician for a long time, and I'm going to show everybody that. And we're going to do a dance album. I got all kinds of crazy stuff planned. So.
It's like 50 Shades of Grey.
Pretty much.
But,
all S&M shit. I got the all S&M album.
Yes,
I get a lot of S&M dominatrix followers on Twitter. Thank you, ladies.
Nice.
Whip me. Lick me. I miss you. I love you. But I do love that. Even though you think I'm about that book. It was really, my name comes from Stephen King Dreamcatcher, but I will take the lashings. Okay? With pleasure. Dominate me. Now.
Raw. You have a lot of guitar on there, and I know you did a lot of that work on there.
I did all the guitar on Remain Raw.
One track in particular stands out because it changes the whole flow of the album, and that's the blues track. You know, totally different shift to the album. The concept behind it, man. I mean, Remain Raw is a hard hitting album. You know, a lot of hype beats, and that one just completely
I feel like Remain Raw was definitely like a faster pulse than Lost Soul. You know what I mean? Which is what I want. I want it more upbeat, more kind of like You know, I like girls shaking their butts. So my whole goal was to keep it at a tempo where butts could be shaken. You want to shake your asses too, dudes? It's cool. I don't want to watch, but I like girls shaking their asses. But the blues song, yeah, I mean, that's kind of just a little taste of what I'm trying to do. You know, I didn't want to shove everything down everybody's throat immediately, but yeah, I play all the guitar on there. It's just a straight blues track. I kind of Rob Zombie'd out. I'm a big fan of Rob Zombie, so I kind of distorted my vocals a little bit. I know I got a little flack from this guy for that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I like noise and I like to be different. I like to do stuff. I like to go against the grain. So I write a song that I like. You know, if you like it or not, that's besides the point. But, you know, there are going to be people that love it. There are going to be people that hate it. But at the end of the day, if I don't love it, it's not going to be on my album. So.
And then Remain Raw ends off with a little hidden track, all instrumental.
I did that one as well.
Definitely unique. But, yeah, another total shift in that album. You kind of.
That was. I mean, I had a little bit of time left to fill the CD up. You know, I was trying to go for 13 tracks, but I was like, you know, I got 19 that I think are worth being on an album, so that's what I did. And that was a beat that I made the day after I mixed my album the second time because my shit crashed 2 times. I had to remix and master my whole album during this whole process, which was pretty much heartbreaking. I seriously was over there and just melted into my chair when my hard drive crashed the first time. And then I was up at 3 a.m. mixing it again, and I kicked my new hard drive over, and that broke, so I'm really lucky. Fuck technology, but I love technology. But that song, I mean, that was just basically the song that I wrote after my album was done. It was kind of like my chill music, my triumph, my time to mellow down or, you know, chill out after the album was done. And I feel it's kind of the same way. You listen to the album and you listen to that, it's kind of just a peaceful, beautiful piece of music. So I just had to do that, you know. So a lot of people have been hitting me up. I love that track at the end. You should have sang. You should have done this. And I was trying to sing on it, but I was on a deadline. An album is never done. You just have a deadline. Pretty much is the only way to explain putting music out. You know, and if you don't have a deadline, then you're never going to put music out.
For sure.
Because I could work on that for another year. I mean, you know what I mean? But I'm really happy with it. I'm proud of it. It's a great second album, and I'm just going to keep getting better. I mean, that's my goal is I want you to keep seeing me improve. I love other artists that from album to album you see getting better. You know, for some reason some get good, and then they get worse.
Some plateau.
Yeah, I plan on never plateauing, and when that happens, I'm going to change it up and start doing some different styles. And, you know, I mean, I have a lot in my arsenal that I'm going to be unleashing to you guys in the future. So.
All right, we got a couple more minutes. I always give the artist the last word. Got about 2 minutes left. What's your final word to the family, Juggalos, your fans, anybody else that came out to rock the tour? It's your 2 minutes, man. Say what you guys think.
From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you. If you come and check me out, you're probably going to catch me. If you're trying to leave, I'm going to convince you to stay. But every time I do, they come back and they're like, I'm glad you brought me back in here. But from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate and love every single one of you who respects me, likes my music, is touched by my music, gets something out of my music. It means that I'm doing something right, and it gives me more fuel in the fire to keep moving on. Juggalos, I love you motherfuckers. You are some of the wildest motherfuckers on the planet. And you know why I love Juggalos? Because you'll meet one, and 2 seconds later, you know their whole fucking life story. They'll be like, yo, man, my grandma, she just went to the hospital. My car broke down. I hopped on the bus. I jogged 50 miles, but I got to the show with my family. They picked me up. I fucking love Juggalos. You know, fuck what all the controversy with Juggalos. Juggalos are good people. Good people are good people, bottom line. You know, no matter what walk of life you're from, Juggalo, not Juggalo. But I got mad love for the Juggalos because they get mad love for me. And, you know, it's just a respect thing. I respect people that are respectful. And everybody who comes to the shows, man, you guys kill it. You know, we're out here doing our thing. I'm not as big as I want to be yet, but you are what's making me bigger. You know, you tell your friends. I come back out to another show at the same place I did a couple years ago, and more people are there. It's the same people I saw last time. I mean, it's just a great feeling because it knows that I know that, you know, I'm touching these people in some sort of way, whether it's just a live show, them just liking the hype and involved with the show, because that's what I like to bring to the show. Me and Clockwork, we have a lot of crowd participation stuff. And yeah, just come to a show and you'll see what's up. You'll have a fun time. I promise you that. It'll be a great first date.
There you go. especially the S&M shit. Anyway,
All S&M women, this is for you. Bring your whips. Come out now. I love you. I love you. Mr. Gray. Where's my Mrs. Grays? Where's the Mrs. Gray arm? Come to me.
all right.
Come to me.
This has been 20 minutes with Mr. Gray. Crazy motherfucker. If you haven't checked him out, go check him out. Pick up Remain Raw. It's on iTunes.
Everything's on iTunes.
Everywhere you can get it. If you haven't checked him out, check him out when he hits a roll with Twisted. It's going to be well worth your money to go check it out. And I got nothing but love for him. 20 minutes with Mr. Gray. Juggalotus, Faygoluvers, we're out of here.
And Juggalotus, this motherfucker right here is one of the realest dudes that I know. I love this man. His whole family is amazing. But I got much respect for you too, brother. And thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. Faygoluvers, that's what the fuck is up. Mr. Gray, and I'm out.
Definition of me, B.O. savagery. Straight raw shit, I'm a purebred pedigree. Primate, mind state that never hibernate. King Kong, Royd, Rage, dragon in your rib